week 2, January. It's a new month, new theme, new year, new everything, right? We're glad to be here. And so this month, we're learning about responsibility. It's showing that you can be trusted with what is expected of you. When you're young, you have to be responsible at home and at school, and as you get older, you get more and more responsibilities, right, Alex?
Right.
Yep, he has to show up and help me all the time. Same thing with Byron, and that's why it's important to learn how to be trusted with what is expected of you now, so that when you're bigger like these guys, you can come and help me here too. I love it. Before we take on today's challenge, I want to introduce you to our game board. It's really cool. You see it over here? Awesome. And so if you notice today, we have landed in a marsh. This is what it looks like. Now, if we're responsible enough to complete this week's challenge, then we can move past the marsh into the next section of our game. So all month long, we're gonna go on this game. It's gonna be awesome. Do you know what lives in a marsh? Anybody?
Hippos.
Hippos! That's right, which means it's time to play today's game, Very Hungry Hippos. This is a really fun game. We're gonna play also at game night. Here's the fun part. If you guys learn this month's memory verse, Luke 16:10, you get a special invitation to a very socially distanced, COVID-safe, fun game night. I can't wait. It's gonna be Friday, January 29th. So I can't wait to be working on that memory verse because we're gonna play this that night. It's gonna be great. So here we go, Very Hungry Hippos. Now, Alex is going to use Byron to get some food for the hippo. He's gonna bring it back over here and we're gonna see how many balls he can collect in 1 minute. AJ, can we have a timer rolling? Go. Ah! He's so hungry. Feed that hippo, Alex. You guys are good at vacuuming. That's what I'm deciding. Stay on. Oh no. Oh no.
Is he fed yet?
Almost. He was hungry. He cleared the board. How about that? In less than a minute, this hippo was so hungry, he ate it all. You know what else? I want to do all the worship songs. Wouldn't that be awesome? Okay, how about 2 of them? Let's go to worship now.
You make the darkness run and hide. You bring the broken back to life. Only you can, only you can. You set me free from every chain. You fill my heart with songs of praise. Only you can, only you can.
here with all of you. Happy New Year again. This is week 2 of January. We're worshiping together, and I am excited because this is a brand new song next, and I think you will just love the words and the motions. So everybody up where you are, we're going to learn this one together. Here we go.
You never turn away, you never leave my side. And every time I call your name out just to find that you're already right here with me, never been alone. I can trust you with my heart, 'cause this I know. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart. There are days when I feel I need a friend, and then I hear your voice reminding me again that you're already right here with me, never been alone. I can trust you with my heart, 'cause this I know. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart. No matter what may come, no matter what I go through, God, you are never gonna fail me, I will trust you with my heart. No matter what may come, no matter what I go through, God, you are never gonna fail me, I will trust you with my heart. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart.
I love it. Are you guys ready to trust God with your whole heart? Let's go to Bible story where we're going to hear about someone who had to learn to trust with quite a lot of stuff. I can't wait for you to hear it. Bible story.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. And now for an amazing story.
Hey everyone, so welcome to Bible story. I kind of feel like we should say, I'm Stacy and this is Alex. Like we're like the so-and-so show people. Wouldn't that be fun?
The so show people.
I know. That's what it sounded like, right? Okay, well, enough of that. On to Bible story, important stuff. I've got an amazing story for you today. It's actually a story Jesus told. So what do we know about it?
It's true.
It's true, and it's in the New Testament. So it shows us another really important way that we can show responsibility. It's our theme for the month, responsibility. While Jesus was here on earth, crowds of people followed him everywhere he went. Some followed Jesus to hear his teaching. Others came hoping that he would heal their sicknesses. And others followed Jesus just to keep an eye on him. So today, our story is from the book of Luke. So it goes Matthew, Mark, Luke. Luke is one of the Gospels. So we're reading from chapter 12, verse 13 today. And it says, "Teacher," he said, "tell my brother to divide the family property with me." This man wanted more for himself, and he figured Jesus could help him get it. But Jesus said, and this is Luke 12, 14 to 15. "Friend, who made me a judge or umpire between you?" Then he said to them, "Watch out. Be on your guard against wanting to have more and more things. Life is not made up of how much a person has." Oh, this is so good today. To make sure the man and the crowd of people really understood what he meant, Jesus then told a story. I've asked Alex to come help me tell it to you today. So, looks like you're set, right? Got your props?
I'm ready.
All right, well, get comfy. It's picnic time. There was a rich man who grew grain. Do you guys know what grain is? We use grain for lots of different things, like to make cereal, bread, pasta, tortillas, God's greatest food, right? Maybe that's popcorn. Also a grain.
Close one.
One year, this man's land grew a lot of grain. I'm talking more grain than we've ever seen in our life. The rich man, he didn't do anything different to make his land grow more grain. God provided the sun and the water, and God made the grain grow. So pretty soon, our rich farmer had a lot of grain. So much grain. It's raining grain. How fun is this? It's just spilling everywhere. Right, rich farmer?
What am I to do with all this grain?
I'm glad you asked. Don't you worry. We're going to get to that. See, God blessed the rich man with a great harvest. Then the rich man thought to himself, go ahead, repeat this after me.
Self.
You're good at this already. What should I do?
What should I do?
I don't have any place to store my crops.
I don't have any place to store my crops.
You don't have to repeat me right now.
Okay.
God had given the rich man so much that he didn't have enough space for it all. I'm going to hit pause for a minute. I think it's kind of like some of us after Christmas, right?
Totally.
Some of us got so many toys that we didn't even have a place to put it all. This gave the rich man an idea. Okay, now repeat after me again.
Repeat after me again.
Oh, you are a funny one. Self. This is what I'll do.
This is what I'll do.
I will tear down my barns and build bigger ones.
I will tear down my barns and build bigger ones.
I will store my extra grain in them.
I will store my extra grain in them.
The rich man planned to keep, you don't have to repeat anymore. The rich man planned to keep all his grain in the extra grain in barns and have enough for himself for years to come. He wouldn't have to work anymore. Then he said to himself, okay, repeat after me.
Self.
Take life easy.
Take life easy.
Oh. Eat, drink, have a good time.
Eat, drink, have a good time.
Whoa. Pause. Let's freeze the scene right here. The rich man had a plan for a very easy life. He figured he'd had everything he ever needed. But was he being responsible with all the extra food God had given him? What if there were people living nearby who didn't have enough to eat? How do you think they might feel about it? Let's see what God had to say about it. We're going to unpause our scene and find out. So in Luke 12, verse 20, it says, "But God said to him, 'You foolish man, tonight I will take your life away from you. Then who will get what you have prepared for yourself? That is how it will be for whoever stores things away for themselves, but is not rich in the sight of God.'" Isn't that scary, Alex?
That is.
Yeah, I know. That's tough. But think about it. God had given the rich man an amazing gift. He had given the man way more than he needed. But the rich man, he didn't think about how he could use the extra food to help others. Instead, he was greedy and kept it all to himself. Because of his decision, the rich man died, and he couldn't enjoy the gift God had given him. That's how Jesus ended the story. What a sad ending, right? I wonder if things could have been better for the rich man if he'd made a more responsible decision. This part isn't in the Bible, but I wonder what it might have looked like if the man had chosen to use his stuff differently. What if he thought to himself, say this after me, self, this is what I'll do.
This is what I'll do.
I'll throw a picnic and invite all my friends.
I'll throw a picnic and invite all of my friends.
I'd love to share all of this with them.
I'd love to share all of this with them.
Now pause. Isn't that a better ending? Don't you think? If the rich man had made the wise choice to share what he had, he could have helped others instead of only thinking about himself. Alex, you did a great job being the rich man today.
Thanks.
Thanks for your help. In Jesus' story, the rich man had more than he needed. He had enough food to fill up his barns. And he even had the money to build new, bigger, better barns to store more for later. But to God, this man, he wasn't rich at all. To be rich in God's eyes, a person has to treat others the way they want to be treated and put the needs of others before their own. They must be generous with what they have and share it with other people. We don't know what happened with the man who first asked Jesus to help him. We don't know how he reacted after he heard Jesus' story. Maybe he stopped worrying about getting more of his family's stuff. Maybe he thought more about sharing what he did have with his brother. But we can learn from what Jesus taught that day. We can choose to be generous with the things God has given us. We have a responsibility to share God's gifts with others. Remember, here's our bottom line: share what you have. Let's pray and let's ask God to help us do just that. God, you are so good. You are so kind and so generous to us. You pour new mercies out on us each and every day. And God, just like Alex or the rich man in this story, Lord, who received in abundance, Lord, we have received an abundance from you. God, our lives are so full with love and friends and family and toys and good things, food. But Lord, we know that there are people all around us who don't have as much as we do. God, would you show us how to be generous to others? God, would you put people in our path who we can show love and kindness to? God, would you remind us that you have given us good gifts, not to hoard, but to share with others. We love you, God, and we thank you for the greatest gift of all, your Son, Jesus. Amen. That's a pretty powerful story today, isn't it? Yeah. Everything we have, it comes from God. From the food we eat, to the places we live, to the stuff we own, to the people we love, all of it is a gift from God. And Jesus' story was very clear. He told us to be generous with what God has given to us. Of course, Jesus gave us the perfect example of generosity. He gave his life freely so we could be forgiven. Because of Jesus, God gives us grace and forgives us when we make bad choices. When we understand what Jesus did for us, we want to be generous to others. We should be willing to share. That's another great rule for life. Share what you have. We have a responsibility to share and put others' needs above our own. And let's be honest, that's not always easy. Imagine, Alex, if I had a giant pizza. One of those like big giant have you ever had one of those?
I can't say that I have.
When we lived in Victorville, there was a great place in that town, and they had the giant, I think it was like a 3-foot circumference pizza. Oh my goodness, it was amazing. But imagine if you had a 3-foot round pizza to yourself. Could you do it?
No, I couldn't. I'd try, but...
Would you like to share with AJ?
I could share with AJ.
Yeah. Would you share with me?
I would share with you.
Alex is such a great guy. Sometimes I'll tell you guys, I'm so hungry, I might think that I could eat a 3-foot pizza by myself. But it's important that we share, right? Because imagine if I ate that whole 3-foot pizza to myself. Oh my goodness. We would have lots of problems, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can think of several, but that's okay. We won't share those with you guys. We can imagine. But what it is it's a gift to share, right? It's a gift to have a pizza and to invite friends over. The gift isn't the pizza. The gift is the friendship. That's the real gift. The gift is God's love. And friends, he pours that out on us. He gives us so much, and I can't wait for you to hear the activities because they're going to encourage you to share your gifts with others. Have a great week, and don't forget, be responsible. I loved that Bible story today, didn't you guys?
It was so much fun.
It was. And I feel like we really can learn a lot from that story because we do have so much, right? Did you get a lot for Christmas, Byron?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Had to clear out stuff to make room for new, right? Did you have to build a bigger barn, Alex?
I had to build a bigger barn.
Oh man, it's so awesome. Well, today we've got some fun activities. So if you're at home, I just want to tell you what you'll need, then hit pause, run, go grab those things and come back to join us for activities. You'll need like a wiffle ball or a ping pong ball, a softball. If you don't have any of those, maybe an apple or an orange, something like that. Something that will fit inside a paper cone. You'll also need tape and paper so you can make a paper cone. You'll need a bowl of water. Be very careful while you're carrying the water. And then you'll also need 3 objects that you think might float, might sink, something fun in water. And be sure and grab a pen because you're going to practice today's memory verse. And there's another fun little thing. You'll need like 2 sheets of paper. So hit pause, go get those things, come back, and we're going to do some activities. So, are you guys ready?
Super ready.
We're jumping into these activities. So the first thing we're going to do, I pre-wrote the verse of the month, Luke 16:10. I want all of you to learn it. Why? Because what are we going to have, Alex?
A party.
A party, a game night party. It's Friday, January 29th, 5:30 to 8:30. I'm so excited. It's going to be socially distanced, COVID safe, and a ton of fun. We're doing all kinds of games and fun activities. You will want to be there. How do you come to this party? you learn this verse. So it's your incentive to learn Luke 16:10, and it says, anyone who can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. Luke 16:10. So you're gonna write that down on a piece of paper, just like Mr. Alex is doing there. Fantastic. Byron, your handwriting is so nice today. And then when you're done writing the verse, Byron, show them how they can roll it into a cone. And this is what you need the tape for. So Byron likes ice cream, so he's gonna be really good. If you go at a little bit of an angle like this, and then see how it rolls into a cone? Perfect. He's like an instant waffle cone maker. What kind of ice cream is your favorite flavor?
Probably chocolate.
Chocolate. Oh, you guys like Baskin Robbins chocolate at your house. I know that about you. That's fun. Did you get that verse scribbled out, Alex?
Yep, it's on
Perfect. All right, here's a piece of tape for your cone. Now, these guys are gonna practice sharing. It's okay, even if you don't have a brother or a sister at home, recruit mom or dad or grandma or whoever is with you, aunt, uncle, cousin, your dog. Let's teach them a new trick, right? Snowball would be good at this.
No.
I don't know, you don't think so? Aw, too bad. So once you have your cone made, Byron, I'm gonna give you the ball and you guys are gonna share your ice cream. This is COVID safe. You could share this ice cream. Oh, good, see? And you can practice saying the verse, passing it back and forth. Anyone. Who? Good. Can.
Be
Trusted.
with
Very.
little.
Can.
Can.
Be
Trusted.
Trusted.
with
Much. Tell us where we find that.
Luke 16:10.
Woohoo! You guys are coming to game night. Wow, that will be fun. And don't forget, we're gonna play Hungry Hungry Hippos just like we played earlier today. That's gonna be fun. Okay, next activity. You get to use paper. We'll just use the paper now again. So you're gonna fold it into squares, okay? So each of you take a piece of paper. Now I want you to be thinking about something you're good at, a gift you have. So some of you might really love baking cookies, or maybe you're awesome at Rice Krispie treats or brownies, or maybe you've learned how to paint nails really good, or maybe you mow the lawn well, or maybe you sing well. There are so many gifts that each of us have. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a coupon book, and on this you're going to write fun things. Here's scissors if you want. Good. Look, you did that really great. And you can write good for 1 free car wash. And you can give this to someone. Maybe you've noticed your next door neighbor, they've been sick recently and they haven't been able to wash their car. Do it for them. That's a great gift, right?
Totally.
Yeah. What else are gifts that you could give away?
Dinner, hugs, maybe like a chore around the house, you know?
I love it. Great ideas. Are you going to be a hug giver?
Totally.
Sure.
Yeah. I hope you heard that, Mo Friat. Byron said he's a hug giver. This is gonna be great. So you can make up a little coupon book and give it away. It was fun. Earlier, Alex and I were talking and he asked me if I'd ever got a coupon book. And I said, yes, I had. My daughter Brooklyn made me one when she was younger and I found it again recently and she didn't put an expiration date on the coupon. So I've been redeeming coupons for foot rubs now, 10 years later, and it's amazing. So parents, this is the gift that keeps on giving, I'm just saying. So have fun making your coupons. You can make them as cute as you want. You can spend as much time or as little time as you have. Enjoy that. Our last activity involves a bowl of water and 3 objects, okay? So we're gonna look at these objects. We've got a jumbo crayon, a little goldfish, and a fairly decent sized rock. Now, if I dropped this fish into the water, what do you think is going to happen?
I think it's gonna float.
You think it's gonna float? Do you think it might splash?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay, let's focus on the ripple. See, we've moved the table just a little bit, so it's kind of stirring. Let's see what happens now. That was a pretty fun little plunge, right? Moved a little bit, but mostly the water is still pretty calm. What happens if we put in the crayon?
Bigger splash.
Bigger splash, you think?
I think so.
All right, let's try it. Oh, definitely bigger splash. All right, how about interesting, the fish is sinking. The crayon is...
It's a floater.
It's a floater. How about the rock? What's gonna happen?
Bigger splash.
Probably the biggest splash yet.
The biggest. This is the cannonball of all. Am I... Ooh! We almost broke the ball. Was that a big splash? I think I closed my eyes. I didn't see it. Maybe we should try it again. You think?
Might break the glass.
Might? Okay. Oh! Bigger splash, right? Interesting. So sometimes when we have something, it creates a great impact, right? And sometimes the more we have, the greater the impact. Going back to our story, that rich farmer who had a lot of grain, he could make a great impact on the community, right? He could share abundantly the food he had, or he could keep it to himself. You could either get in the water or stay out. But if you stay out, your impact's not going to be as great, right? That's what we're learning about this month. So we've learned today, share what you have. It's your responsibility to take the gifts God gives you and share them with others. Hey, thanks to Alex and Byron for sharing their awesome gift of serving. They've been here for almost a year now. I think pretty soon we're gonna see them start growing beards and their hair green, but I'm so glad you guys are here. Stay with me, I promise. More fun ahead. And hey, remember, share what you have, just like these guys do. Have a great week, everyone.